Got the soldering iron, and we're gonna just try and heat this. Okay, I'm most likely going to have to add some solder here. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna melt. So the ones from factory, I think they have higher melting points sometimes. Also because the board is kind of thick, it makes it hard for the heat to heat everything completely and keep it melted. So I'm gonna add a little more solder here. Okay, there we go, and try and melt that into there. Looks like that's working. Okay, and having a bigger ball of solder there also keeps more heat there so that it takes longer for it to solidify. So usually that will help it. Okay, this is going to be a little tricky because this little bit in this groove area, it's kind of hard to reach. I have a little blob of solder stuck to it, so we're going to try it now. Stick that to this. There we go. Okay. And now I'm going to heat that to try and get the solder to mix. And what I find works kind of well is you kind of push it down and heat it, and then you can see it kind of moves out slightly, and then we'll move to the next side and repeat. Okay, and you can see it move down a little, and then we'll go ahead and go on to the other side again. You want to make sure that the other ball solidifies before you let go. I can actually see that the solder here turns a little more cloudy as it cools back down. So there we go. Okay, and now that we got it kind of tilted forward, we'll work on the back 2 pins. Okay, you can see it move down again. All right, at least I hope you can see that. I don't know. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do the back ones now. Same thing, we'll heat the thing and then try and get a little solder on it. Okay, then move to the other side, same thing. Okay. And then it's a little awkward, the angles I'm trying to work on it. Solder into there. Okay, once you get like a little solder, it's easier because when you heat the solder, you can push the new solder into that melted puddle, and it will just add to that puddle of solder. Okay, you can see. All right. Another thing that helps is using flux. Okay, so now that we got that, we're gonna go ahead and push down on the back while heating this. And you can see it's moving down a little. Okay. And then let that harden, and then go to the other side and repeat. Ooh, that's hot. It will get kind of hot because the heat travels through the entire metal thing, so be careful that you don't jam your finger into it, obviously. Okay, so we're just going to keep working our way all around. That back corner is having a difficult time going. Okay, so the back one's going down, and we're going to go to this little one. Okay, you can see it move down a lot. You can actually hear it click as it slips down. You hear that? Okay, I'm going to clean some of the solder off the soldering iron. There's a wet sponge that I have next to me that's for this kind of thing purpose. Okay, this one's having some trouble, so you see that? It's not budging. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some flux there. I have this rosin paste flux. Just use whatever's for electronics. This one's kind of a thick thing. Some they have like where it's like a paste liquid. So I'm just gonna add some of this here. This helps burn off the oxidation, okay, and makes it so that the flux or the solders can mix together better. I might have to add more solder back here. Let's add more solder. Maybe the stuff there has too much lead. It doesn't melt as easily. The other thing it could be is it's connected to a larger grounding bit of the board, like a big metal plate, and that's preventing it from melting further down. Oh, there we go. It moved down. Okay. And we're just going to keep going to all four corners until this thing is out. I'm probably going to have to add more solder there because it's getting too low now, the amount of solder. Okay. Melt and push down. It's moving. We'll go to the next one. Right, that'd be cool. Then again, go to the next one. You can use a tool to help pull this down so you don't risk burning yourself. But part of the reason I like using my finger here is I can feel how hot it's getting, and I don't want to overheat the board. Okay. So, but of course there is the risk of burning yourself, so be very careful doing this. Okay, this one front one is almost completely out. I might have to add more solder here. Yeah, let's add more solder to this front one. Okay. It's almost completely out. The back one is being a pain. I'm going to try using this to help pull it. Some tweezers, nose pliers. Oh, I'm going to need more solder. I can actually see it's not melting well. So we're just going to put a bunch more solder, and that might make it to where we can now pull it down. Yeah, that back corner is being really difficult. There we go. It moved a tiny bit. Okay. Go to this corner again. Felt it almost immediately go. Okay, you can see it's already, well, it's hard to see from the top view, but it's already almost completely out. This one, oh, it's just about completely out. Now it's just holding on with a string of the solder kind of dangling down. Okay. You do want to have a solder pump to be able to pull the remaining out after we get this piece off. Ooh, that's getting really hot. Okay, I need to add more solder because this one, it's all just falling through the hole. Yeah, that one, it's being very difficult, and I don't want to heat it too much, so I'm being a little extra cautious there. I'm using the needle nose pliers now. Okay, there we go. Then we'll move on over to this corner again. I felt it already move. I don't know if you can see how low it is now compared to before, but it's way lower now in the socket. Oh, okay. Now we just gotta get the last bits. Okay, and now just the last corner. you don't want to pull too hard because you don't want to tear the traces out. And there we go, we got it out. So hopefully that kind of helps some of you guys that don't have like a heat gun kind of thing where you can just blow hot air at it until it completely pulls it out. I kind of wish there was a way to just poke the solder through and then make it go away. I don't know of a way to do that. So usually what I have to do is I use one of these guys. I don't know if I'll be able to show this, but I heat it, and then from the other side I'll like have this here and I'll just suction it. But for me to do that, I actually have to have it hanging over my desk. So let me see if I can set up the camera for you guys to see that. So I got the solder suction pump. Basically we're going to heat it and then pull the solder through from the other side, okay? So I'm going to line this up here. We're going to heat this. Okay, once the solder is melted, just pull that, and you can see now the hole is clear of solder. We're going to do that for all 4. Okay. I might have to add more solder. It's not quite reaching this. Yeah. Okay, let me add more solder to this one. Did it just fall completely through? I think the solder just fell completely through, but I'm going to try and put a blob there so you can make sure to clean it up right. I've never seen that happen before. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and pump the other ones out again. Okay, once it's completely liquid, pump it through. There we go. There we go. And the last one. There we go. Nice. Okay. So next thing we gotta do is get the replacement charge port. I like to put a little bit of the rosin flux paste stuff into each one of these. Okay, because this helps make sure that the solder holds up well. Kind of want to see what the other side of the board looks like as well. I'll look at that in a bit. Well, let's see here. Okay, we got that in. Let me see if I can flip this real quick. I'm gonna look at the other side. This should hold well. Let me make sure that these magnet thingies aren't gonna move anywhere. Okay, so make sure that it's solid. Okay, I'm gonna just flip this just to show the bottom where the port was. So this is what the other side looks like. Okay, there you go. There are little components on the other side, so you don't want to be careful. All right, also while pulling it, this thing got, because it's so thin, it bent a little, but it'll be okay as long as you don't bend it too crazy. Okay, so anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get the charge port in there. Probably would be easier to have for me to flip the board over to see if I'm getting it in the right place, but pretty sure it's in the right spot. Okay, you can actually see it's staying, because of the flux, it's actually staying in place on its own. But normally you're gonna have to hold it up. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit of solder onto the soldering iron. So this is kind of a somewhat cheat way to do it with the flux, because if you don't have the flux, then you have to basically heat the area first, and then while you're heating it, you have to push the solder wire onto it that has flux actually inside. So I'm going to hold this up to make sure it's not bent like it got when I pulled it out, and we're going to touch this solder onto it that's on the soldering iron. I don't know if you can see, but the solder just automatically went onto it because I put a blob on the soldering iron. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so hopefully you can see, but basically I just put a bit of solder on the tip there, and then the flux helps pull it into place. So make sure this one's soldered well. Okay, and the smoke is actually the flux burning off, which is why if you push the solder wire stuff onto it, you see the smoke coming out. That's the flux burning off. And once you stick the solder on here, there's no more flux in there. So that's why I put the flux here. It works a lot better that way. Okay, I'm going to hold the port up again, and then just touch that there. And you can actually see it again. It's burning off the flux. All right, make sure you don't breathe in that smoke stuff. It's toxic, okay? Okay, and now the thing is actually flat. Okay. All right, so now that we got these other two already holding on, we can do it the normal way. So we'll get the solder wire or whatever you call this stuff, and then while you're heating that, you push this into it. Okay, and it should flow. You actually push it into the component, not onto the iron. Okay, now I'm going to hold it up again. Make sure that the entire copper ring around it is covered with solder. Okay, we're going to do more on this side as well. Okay, and the last one now. All right. All right, looks good. So we're done now. All right, so we got the thing soldered into place. We're gonna use a little isopropyl alcohol paper towel to clean it up. Okay. So we'll use some isopropyl alcohol just on a piece of paper towel here. Okay. Just put some on there. And then we'll just wipe this stuff away, the flux. Like that. Make sure it's nice and clean. Also, make sure you're using electronics flux, because there's stuff like for plumbing and things, and that kind of stuff you actually, if I'm not mistaken, what it is like there's acid in there, and it can cause it to corrode if you leave it in there. So if you don't clean it up really well. So I don't know. At least that's from my understanding. I don't know, I'm not an expert on soldering. Most of the stuff I taught myself, so. All right. Clean off all the gross gunk that's over there. All right. Just dry it up. All right, and just in case you wanted to see the other side, this is what it looks like. All right, and there you go.